Soledar. Soledar on January 11th. Prigozhin lied. Soledar isn't captured by Russia. And Surovikin booted out. That's what we're gonna talk about today. So it would be updates from Soledar, Ukraine, and from today. As you can see, Soledar battles continue. Soledar is holding. Despite the false claims made by Yevgeny Prigozhin, Putin's chef and Wagner Mercenary Group, the head of Wagner Mercenary Group, Soledar isn't surrounded or captured. It's under control of Ukraine. And Ukrainian military reported on it and completely disproved it. And what is most interesting, Russian Ministry of Defense said the same thing, that Soledar isn't captured. And we'll gonna talk today and see some footage from Soledar and Bakhmut. This is Soledar. And also we will talk about the humiliation of General Armageddon Surovikin. He booted out. And the changes in Russian chain of command. That's what we're going to talk about today. Please stay tuned, like and subscribe to help me to spread the truth. First I want to show you some map from Twitter from Ukraine. It says, key developments. During darkness on 10th-11th January, Russian forces were able to infiltrate tactical elements into eastern residential neighborhoods, but failed to encircle the urban industrial area. So that's where the battles are going on. And Ukrainian artillery applied predictive and direct fires to prevent Russian units from expanding control of prominent terrain north and south of the town. And you can see that map and talk about it, like read it yourself. This is from Twitter, and we could see the interactive map right now. This is Soledar, and this is what was happening from January 7th around Soledar. Maybe I'll do it a little less like that. So the main development started just now on 10th. And that's what we have right now at this point. The information from Ukrainian deep state map. You're welcome to read the Guardian article also about that Ukraine military denies Russian forces have captured Soledar. And but we could see some footage from Soledar just now, and this is Dmitry. This is what he has to show and say about that.
Друзі, якщо коротко, Бахмут стоїть, Бахмут тримається, Бахмут під контролем Збройних сил. По Бахмуту все зрозуміло. По Соледару теж зрозуміло. Тяжкі бої тривають, там Юра Бутусов висвітлює ці події. Так що, друзі, тримаємо стрій, Бахмут – це Україна, був, є і буде. Слава нації, смерть ворогам.
And a little bit more footage from Soledar from today. Give the link to Twitter account so you can watch it yourself. And another update from Soledar.
Саме так. Зараз звучить Soledar. Я хочу вас запевнити, що ситуація абсолютно контрольована. Станом на скільки годин? Скільки годин, Сантік?
Зараз скажемо. 10 годин.
10 година ранку. Ситуація з вечора.
This is footage of the city from the drone. We could see some Russian troops
7, 8,
moving.
9, йоптуй, 10, а ну лівіше. О, хробачня, бачите як в околицях Соледара. Раз, два, три, 4,
They counting them.
5, 6,
Sound like
7.
there was about 13 of them or something like that. So you're welcome to watch that as well. Meanwhile, Prigozhin is lying about Wagner Group captured Soledar, no, practically alone. If you watch this, my video, shocking news about Prigozhin, and I'm wondering why there is no response from Prigozhin on the accusations of criminal authority Sasha Kurara, who was claiming that he basically sexually abused Prigozhin in jail, which is, in Russian jail culture, it is a horrible thing, and that person called опущенный, it means low life, and it's the highly strict rules applicable to those people who were forcefully made homosexual in jail. Nobody can touch their things or they will become the same way. Everybody could have a forceful homosexual contact with them without their consent, because they are become exactly like опущенный, like Prigozhin. And on this claim, like claim on TV, Prigozhin didn't respond. And whoever else dealt with him, like Putin, for example, he became опущенный as well by touching things Prigozhin touched. This is how the laws of Russian prison culture is saying. Normally I won't report on that type of stuff, but that was very interesting because Prigozhin is now trying to rule the Russia. He's trying to pretend that he is some sort of a main military power in Russia. But the truth is, Wagner Group has way too much power, and they only allowed that to do that by Putin, while Putin need them. That is why some nowhere place with 10,000 people, Soledar or Bakhmut, 70,000 people, Soledar is 7 times smaller than Bakhmut, become so much important, like a center of the universe. Soledar, it's nowhere. Yeah, there are some salt mines, that's about it. But Prigozhin just trying to show that his army in Russia is the main army or something like that, while he is just a criminal, convicted criminal, and lowlife, more than lowlife. According to the law of prison, he just way lower than any criminal, than majority of criminals. So right now the fights are going on in between different groups, and Prigozhin knows that as soon as the war is over, his group is over, his life is over. Nobody will allow Wagner Group running around in Russia and be a power of any kind. Putin allowed that to happen just because he's desperate. And the end of the war in Ukraine will end Wagner Group and Prigozhin. If Putin still will be in power, Prigozhin most likely will be dead. That is why he's fighting for the power right now. This information is from several United on channel Popular Politics. Basically, this is what power, what is in power happening, what is in Russian military commanders happening. Basically, the General Armageddon Surovikin booted out, and Sergei Shoigu, the Minister of Defense, appointed this man, Valery Gerasimov, Chief of Staff, as a commander of the United Group of Forces in Ukraine.
Генерального штаба Валерия Герасимова.
And Surovikin, General Surovikin, who used to be on this position, now he will be the deputy of Gerasimov. So basically, in Russian, for Russian, even in not in the army, just in the company, if somebody was a CEO and then he become a deputy, it means he going down, big time. So
Раньше эту должность занимал Сергей Суровикин, но теперь...
So Surovikin got the boot, and his position is lower now than it was. It's a punishment. It's a big punishment. This is what's happening. But I don't believe it would improve anything on the front. So Wagner Group trying to get Bakhmut, it didn't happen. Trying to get Soledar, it didn't happen either. So Russian army at first was planning to grab Kiev, of all places. Then they decided Bakhmut is a good idea, 70,000 people nowhere, is a big deal. even that didn't happen. Even after they removed troops from Kherson and they moved them to Bakhmut, to capture Bakhmut, and say made big deal, propagandist big deal out of it for propaganda purposes, only it didn't happen either. So they decided, okay, let's leave Bakhmut alone and let's move to Soledar. It's smaller, it's easier probably to capture and surround. Even that didn't happen. Total failure of Wagner Group, of Russian army, of Vladimir Putin. And they deserve to be a failure, because they are a failure. I just said that so many people, Ukrainian soldiers, Russian soldiers, dying there for no reason whatsoever. There are videos, not on YouTube obviously, with fields in Ukraine full of corpses of Russian soldiers piled up. This is just awful. This is article in Russian and BBC News about Chief of Staff Gerasimov became commander in Ukraine, and what does it mean? Basically, at least Surovikin was somewhat popular in the army. Gerasimov is openly criticized for the failures of Russian army, and the Wagner Group people, troops, even made a video when they swearing at Gerasimov, so they don't even respect him in any way whatsoever. It's saying that the Putin is desperate. He just grasping at straws. The only hope of Putin is that people will tired with the war in Ukraine. He trying to drag the war, but at the expense of the lives of Russian soldiers, and of course Ukrainian soldiers, because they're fighting in Ukraine and killing Ukrainians as well. He just trying to win the time, because he's thinking the time will work for him this time, and that the West will stop supporting Ukraine because the war is going too long. It's not happening. At this time, we on the contrary get the news that the several Leopard tanks will be delivered to Ukraine. Thank you, Poland. Thank you very much. Ukraine will thank you very much, and the whole world, because you are helping Ukraine to win and end this war and Russian aggression. Please like and support my channel, and I'll see you soon. I'm planning, and I'm right now making a big video. Maybe I'll break it in several videos about how the war even started, about Crimea and annexation of Crimea. You will find out unknown facts for many of you. You will see the proofs you have never seen before, most likely, many of you. And you will find out the reasons why Putin thought that he's gonna capture Kiev in 3 days, and why some experts from NATO believed him, and what actually happened at the time in Ukraine, with some exclusive material which not all of you can get or translate, and some of them would be translated by me and some is not. So wait for new videos and like and subscribe. Thank you for your attention and have a great day.